Hello? Hello, Flor.
Hello.
There you are. Very good. Wonderful. Can you hear me all right?
I hear you perfectly. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me, Flor?
Yes, I can hear you perfectly. Can you hear me?
Of course. That's wonderful. Okay. Wonderful. Yeah. Okay, Norberto, Alicia, then who? Esteban, Camilo, can you hear us? Please write down there. You have a chat, right? And you can write. You can say yes, no. It sound okay? Can you hear us? Let's see. Let's write it down. Good, Benjamin. There you are. Wonderful.
Hi, Benjamin.
Okay. Wonderful. Okay, that's good. Very good. Wonderful. Okay, so let me first introduce this workshop, right? First of all, let me tell you that this session is going to be recorded, right? For those participants who are not able to attend it today, or for you, if you want to watch it later, right, to see what we have discussed today here. My name is Veronica Arena. I am from NEET's English Language Teaching, and this is our virtual workshop, Selling Your Ideas. As you know, this workshop has a duration of 2 weeks, from the 1st to the 15th of September, and during this period, the participants are supposed to participate, to enter the campus, to carry out the activities, to participate in the different forums. And this live conference is the first conference because you are going to have 2 conferences for this workshop, 2 live conferences, right? Okay, and then during the second week you will be able to see the link for the second conference, right? One more thing regarding certificates, right? Because I know that many people were asking about that. You have to participate actively on the campus, and you have to attend at least 1 out of 2 virtual lessons, right? Okay, let me introduce you to Flor. You already met her, right, on the campus, in the different forums. So she's one of our teachers here. She's a lovely person, right? And she's always willing to do these crazy things, right, that we organize at NEEDS. So Flor, this is all yours.
Okay, welcome everyone. Thank you, Vero. I've been reading everything you have been writing on the forums, and I must say, I'm shocked. I'm so happy of you guys participating so much. This is so amazing. So amazing.
Let me now give you some few instructions on how to work with this virtual session, right? You will have to raise your hand to speak and share the camera, right? I don't want to ask people to talk if they don't want to, right? This was one of the fears that some of the participants expressed. So if you want to talk, right, if there's anything you'd like to say, you just raise your hand, right? Your hand, you can see your hand is just in the right corner, right? There you will find a hand. You just click on it, right? And there you will be able to, I see this differently from what you see, so maybe it's there, maybe it's not, right? Or you can always ask, right, through the chat, right? You can ask me for permission to talk, right? Then remember that, well, of course you can chat here, right, and while we are speaking you can chat, you can tell people whatever, right? You can press F5 to update your browser. However, if you are experiencing some kind of a delay with audio or with image, you might wish to enter again. So leave the room, yes, and enter again, right? And the last instruction is have fun, right? Because this is the aim for everything we are doing here, right? That's good. Okay, so let's come back here. Let's see. Oh, sorry, I went to the previous one. There we are. Okay, well, I already introduced Florencia. We already talked about the duration, 2 weeks, campus interaction, the virtual conferences is one of them, and the certificates. Now, we're going to talk a little bit about your participation so far, right? There are many people who are writing in the different forums. Today, Flor and I were quite amazed, right? Because you've started your own discussions. What would you say about that, Flor?
I think that it's a very amazing feeling when students surprise teachers. When we started talking about the idea of this workshop, both Vero and I were a little bit afraid of how would people react. And then when I started telling my students about this, most people started saying, but I don't know if I can, this is too difficult, I'm going to need help, and now look at you. I think it's amazing. You have participated so much and thinking a lot and making a really big effort. I'm really proud of everyone.
Me too. Me too. Really, really. It's amazing. It's surprising, right? What we are doing there. I'd like to talk about a little bit about what some people are working in the campus. And I know that they are there on the campus and that they are watching the videos, they are reading the posts. Many participants, right? But they don't want to write. Why? Because they fear that their level is not good enough. I'm really sorry about that. Yes, first of all, remember that you can contact me directly, right? If you need any help with the language, right? And don't worry about making mistakes. This is not something that we are evaluating you or anything, right? We are just sharing ideas, right? So if you say he are instead of he is, don't worry, because we are not concentrating on that, right? Because it's not the purpose of the workshop, right? The purpose is to interact with people and to get to understand one basic idea, right? So those who are participating and don't want to write anything there, please do so, because it helps the community, right? There are many people, I have to tell you, right? Most people are watching, just to see what happens, right? And many people will be watching this class later on, right? So this message, people, is for you. Yes, please come get into the campus, because later on, after 2 weeks, it will be closed, right? And that was your opportunity to do it. Okay, and well, Flor, you were saying that we are a bit crazy. Yes, we are crazy, both you and me. We are happy about this, right? We are having a lot of fun, right? And this is wonderful. I would like to see what some of the people, I mean, some people said very touching things, right, in the forums. Alicia, you're there. You said something like, what motivates you to start a new day is to accomplish spiritual and material objectives focused to achieve happiness. I'm reading exactly what you've written. Wow, that was great, right? Because this is the aim of life, right? Then Rocio said that if this were Facebook, I would like it, right? She said that. It was wonderful. And Nancy then mentioned feelings, the word feelings, right? That was great because it helped us to redirect the discussion towards feelings, right? Later on, Rocio told us about her job interview, right? When someone asked her to sell a pen to this person, and she said that she told the person that that pen was made to sign the most important decisions like sign the report card of his son, right? And then later on the person sent her an email and said, you got a job, right? Because she could sell the pen, right? Like selling an idea. Then there was a discussion about what the second proposition, how the second proposition is different from the first, right? Benjamin, you say something like, this is the buyer wants to hear this product will give you comfort and won't take any. That was yesterday, I think, right? And Rocio said that we need to know the person who is going to receive what we want to sell, of course, right? Adrienne later on talked about dreams and possibilities, right, with different products, right? That was just wonderful, a kind of summary of what we have done so far. I know that many of you have posted many other answers today. I have not been able to recall them for this session, right? But for next one for sure, right? Okay, let's move on a little bit. Okay, so this question, and I would love to see hands up, right? What were the videos about? Have you watched the videos? Anyone?
Someone?
Hello? Has anybody watched the videos? Oh,
Apparently not, Beto.
Flor, have you watched them?
I
Yes, Esteban and Benjamin, thank you. You're my saviors. Wonderful, wonderful. Let's give some claps here to 2 people at least. Okay, there we are. Claps for you. Right. Okay. Okay, maybe on the type of connection you have, right? You may get some delay. Benjamin, I can see here that you don't have a camera. Do you have a microphone? I raised it and thought it didn't work. Oh yes, I can see it. I can see your hand up. Sorry. Yes, you are. Okay, give me a second. Okay. I will give you the microphone so you will be able to speak now, right? But you don't have a camera. So, I'm sorry, but you won't be able to show your... Okay. You have your hand up again. But you have the microphone, Benjamin. Can you speak? Now you have the microphone.
Speaking.
Yes. There you are. We listen to you. Can you tell us what the videos were about? Many people did not watch them, so you will have to provide them with a summary.
Can you hear me?
Yes?
perfectly.
Well, the first video was about Steve Jobs introducing the new iPhone, the first one. You've heard that?
Yes, we did. It was
Right.
perfect. Go on. Go on.
Yes, please.
And the second video was about Luther King expressing his ideas about the racial difference in the United States.
Very good. And what do you think of
Okay,
the...
that's good.
Well, the first one, he kinda was, the product sold itself. It was a great product, but he was really secure about what he was saying. He never hesitated. That was like strong for people who was for the coup.
Exactly.
The one I liked the most,
Benjamin.
the second one, because he gave a lot of yes.
I was wondering whether
Yes,
I
sorry?
could interrupt you just for a second, and maybe I can play the video right? For those who have not been able to watch it, not the whole thing, just 3 minutes, right? Will you wait for me there?
Okay, okay. Yes, no problem. Yes.
Please, people, let me know if you can see and hear the video all right. Okay, okay, okay. Give me just a second. Okay, wait a second. Let's play it again. Let's try to do it again. I was checking, right? Because maybe it was only one person who was not able to watch it, right? But if there's more than one, okay. Let's do it again. Just 1 second. Okay, here we go again. Yes, Esteban, I have. Tell me now. Can you see it and hear it now?
This is a day I've been looking forward to for 2.5 years. Every once in a while, a revolutionary product comes along that changes everything. And Apple has been, well, first of all, one's very fortunate if you get to work on just one of these in your career. Apple's been very fortunate. It's been able to introduce a few of these into the world. In 1984, we introduced the Macintosh. It didn't just change Apple, it changed the whole computer industry. In 2001, we introduced the first iPod. And it didn't just change the way we all listen to music. It changed the entire music industry. Well, today, we're introducing 3 revolutionary products of this class. The first one is a widescreen iPod with touch controls. The second is a revolutionary mobile phone. And the third is a breakthrough internet communications device. So, three things: a widescreen iPod with touch controls, a revolutionary mobile phone, and a breakthrough internet communications device. An iPod, a phone, and an internet communicator. An iPod, a phone. Are you getting it? These are not three separate devices. This is one device. And we are calling it iPhone. Today, Apple is going to reinvent the phone.
Okay. I have to tell you, I just love him. Right? This is the first thing that I feel towards him, right?
Love him
Laura?
too.
Does the same thing
Yes,
happen to you?
he's
Okay, we're talking about in this workshop feelings. I say I just love it. Maybe Flor, you can provide a more sensible explanation to my I just love him.
love him. I can say that he inspires me.
No, but I mean, how can we explain when we say we just like something, we just love somebody, or we follow somebody, I mean, or his ideas, because maybe we don't follow the person, but we follow his ideas, we follow his beliefs, right? Why do I say I love him? Right? Is there something that is not just what? It's not the what.
No, it's not.
It's the why, right? There's much more than that.
It goes beyond.
That's good. Okay, let's come back to Benjamin. Wonderful. Benjamin,
Yes.
you were talking to us. You were explaining this video. What would you say? We're talking about how to sell your ideas. How would you summarize? Because nobody has been able to answer this question in the forums, right? How would you summarize how Steve Jobs used to sell his ideas by watching this part of the video?
He introduces a new product.
Right. Okay. And does he just say, well, I'm here today to talk to you about this new product that we are launching? Is just that?
No, he speaks about the 3 new characteristics that the product's got.
Exactly. That would be the how, right?
Yes.
But he also talks about Apple at the very beginning.
Yes. The important releases the company did in the past, and how it changed the...
That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
So by that, I think he promises that this new product is going to change the industry once again.
Exactly. Right? Innovation. So he says, okay, I believe in innovation, right? And this is what we do. If you want, you can follow us. Exactly. Exactly. Great. Wonderful. Okay. And then you said, Benjamin, that the speech that you like the most was Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King's speech, right? And here we might wish to understand a little bit the context, right? What was happening at that time in the United States that made Martin Luther King deliver the speech he delivered, right? Maybe we can watch. I'm not going to promote any kind of movie, right? I just love movies, but maybe we can watch. I do. Maybe we can watch part of a film, right? Which is called what was it called, Flor?
The Help.
The Help, exactly. Right. So we're going to watch just part of it, and you will see what the reality was at that time when Martin Luther King delivered his speech. Then, if you have the chance, right, I will write down the name here just in case. The Help, that's the name of the movie. If you have the chance to watch the whole movie, you will see that there is a part in the movie in which all the people are watching Martin Luther King's speech on television, right? And they're all like that, expectant and watching him and listening to him very carefully, right? But let's watch this trailer of the movie. Oh, sorry. There's something wrong here. Search correct. Oh, there's something wrong with this one. What is it? Let me check again. Wait a second. Almost there. Maybe, Flor, while I manage this, you can start giving them some information on the background of this film of Martin Luther King's speech. Is it here playing?
Well, this, everybody knows that Martin Luther King was a leader, and but the important thing is that even though he was black, he was able to lead not only African American people, but also white people that agreed with his idea. So this was beyond a matter of skin tone. What he was trying to sell, in a way, that the United States could be a much better and greater country if citizens had the same rights. King was followed not only by African American people claiming for their rights, but also by white people that wanted more for their country. Is that clear?
Thank you, Flor. Thank you very much. Yes, you have given me time to prepare the video, right? Here I am. Okay. Let me know if you cannot hear it or see it.
We didn't ever think you'd leave Ole Miss.
It does take 4 years, Jolene. I got a job today, writing for the Jackson Journal.
Great. You can write my obituary. Charlotte Phelan, dead. Her daughter, still single.
Does this dress look handmade?
I reckon when you finish it won't.
Thank you.
She looked like the winning horse at the Kentucky Derby.
I've drafted the Home Health Sanitation Initiative.
The what?
A bill that requires
That was not me,
every
that
white
was you
home
too.
to have a separate bathroom for the help.
Maybe we should just build...
Can you all hear that? I mean, when it
I
was
reckon
playing,
when you
right?
finish it won't.
A few seconds ago, when it was playing. Could you all hear
The winning
that?
horse at the Kentucky Derby.
Please
I've
write
drafted
down
the Home
there
Health
in the chat.
Sanitation Initiative.
The what?
So I
I
can
do.
know that. Perfect. Okay. Wonderful. So the video is a bit frozen today. But this is not the problem. It's not our problem, right? It's YouTube's problems. Right? YouTube is having quite a lot of problems these days. I don't know
Like
why.
the winning horse at the Kentucky
Okay,
Derby.
let's try. Okay,
I've
so we were
drafted the
discussing
Home
while we
Health
wait for it to
Sanitation
load,
Initiative.
right? You can
The what?
see the
A
circle,
bill
don't
that
you? As it
requires
goes
every
round
white
and
home
round,
to have a separate
right?
bathroom for the
Okay.
help.
Maybe we should just build
Right.
you a bathroom
So here we can
outside,
see,
Haley.
right, the reality of black women and white women, right, and black women.
Hey, Minnie.
Okay.
These women raise white children.
Yes, it stops us for a while. All right, so white women were having fun, right, and were having their lives almost with no problems, right? While black women had to do all the choirs of the house, right? That's why, right, you can hear well, but her problem is, no, it's okay. Luis is not, I think it's Luis, right? It's not you, right? It's the YouTube video, which is a bit delayed. So you're going to give it a few seconds, right? So it can load better, and then we can play the rest of it. So Martin Luther King was against not only these women, I mean, not doing their choirs at home, it was also very pressing issues in the United States, right? There used to be a sign saying for blacks only. That's something that Martin Luther King says in his speech, right? It was not just not using the same toilets. They couldn't travel in the same buses or in the same section of the bus, and some people were killed, right? Here in this movie we can also see that some people were killed, black people, right? And it was an oppression, right? And was something that people were really feeling sad, right? And they didn't know how to change it. But one day Martin Luther King decided that this was not fair, right? And it was not only black people who followed him. Do you remember, Flor, the video where we can see many white people following him, because it was not following him but following his idea, right?
Sanitation initiative.
Okay. The what?
Let's see if we can
that
go on.
requires every white home to have a separate bathroom for the help.
Maybe we should just build you a bathroom outside, Haley.
Minnie? Hey, Abilene. Hey, Minnie.
These women raise white children. We love them, and they love us, but they can't even use the toilets in our houses.
Minnie, are you in there?
You are fired!
You said to write about what disturbs me.
Okay, so let's stop it here because it will need a lot of time to load again the rest of it. I'm sorry, right? But I'm quite sure, quite positive that you can see this trailer, right, in YouTube at any moment, right? So, very good. So, let's move on now to the next part, right? Let's see here. Okay, the elements of persuasion, right? I know that some of you were having trouble. Your video had no audio. Oh, my dear. Really sorry about that. Okay, anyway, you can type. Just type. You go to Google and you type the help. You can see the trailer for the movie, which is the same that we've just posted. I will give you the links in a few seconds, right? Okay, so do you remember the exercise, the multiple, sorry, it was not a multiple choice, it was a quiz, Flor, in the campus. In the campus there was a quiz, right? Some people were having trouble with that, right? They asked for help. Would you explain a little bit what it was about, so as to help people who were having trouble with it?
Well, this was a quiz, like Beto said, that there was a question on the top that said, what elements or what techniques, if you want, make a presentation successful? And you have a list, I believe, 7 different items. Am I right? 7 or 6? And you needed to click the techniques that you thought. 7. Great. Thank you, Rita. That made for a
7.
6 were right, exactly. When we were thinking about this exercise with Beto, I started thinking about my teachers. And I said, okay, from all these elements, what things I don't want a teacher to do? And the idea of having a teacher sitting on the desk, reading the paper that he wrote for the class and then saying, that's it, goodbye, just bothered me so much. So basically, all the other items were correct except for that one, because there was no interaction with the audience at all.
Okay. and one of them was feelings, right? Which we might sometimes just forget about them, right? To say what we feel. Why? When we were having this discussion on the campus, and we were saying, okay, why do you get up in the morning? I asked the participants, because you must have a reason for what you do, right? I mean, maybe you don't know it, maybe you do, but there is a reason behind, and that reason is usually a feeling, right? Something you know, right? And well, this is the why, and this why, which sometimes is so touching, and you can say that you just love somebody or something, and this is what makes the biggest persuasion element during a speech, an email, a proposal, your unique selling point, right? Well, at least those who study business English, right? USP, right? Unique selling point, right? Or unique, I will write it down here, unique selling point, or some people can say unique selling proposition, right? There you are. This is, for example, when you're describing a product, right? And you want to say, how is your product different from others? Is it just the features, the characteristics that makes this product special, right? Or is it something that you do? Because maybe you care about technology, right? Okay. Maybe someone else can tell us a little bit about feelings and what you do and your feelings. Who would volunteer to talk? Anyone? I'm just asking. I'm not going to force anyone, right? Remember that. Anyone would like to raise your hands? No? Okay, just raise your hands if you want to talk, right? At any moment, right? Okay, so, oh, sorry, yes, Flora, you have your hand up. Flora, you have your hand up. Okay, you want okay, we're going to have fun together too.
If you,
wonderful.
allowed me, I would like to use
please.
myself as an example, if that's okay. Why do I do what I do? Okay.
Okay.
Many people ask me, okay, what do you do for a living? And whenever I say that I'm an English teacher, people freak out. And it's like, why? Why do you torture students? And the reason I do this is because I have fun. I have tons of fun with my students in class. And I feel that that is a really good reason to go into the classroom and teach. You know, showing people that something is possible, that they can do things. Like you guys, you participated in this forum, and that's amazing. And I don't know you, but I've been having so much fun reading ideas and sharing feelings, and that's why I do this. I do this because I have fun, and I like sharing that fun with my students.
Wonderful, Flora. Wonderful. That's great. Maybe you would like to start thinking about this, right? Because this will be one of the purposes of this workshop. Yes, you will have to actively think about what you do, whether it's selling a product, writing a presentation, an email, I don't know, having an argument with your boss and asking for a pay rise or whatever, right? Try to think about what you do, how you do it, but most importantly, why you do it, right? And you will have to think about this very deeply, because you will have to write it down next week in the forums, right? Okay, let's move on to the next part, right? We've been discussing these pictures, the what, the how, and the why. Flor, this is all yours.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, if you you guys have been thinking about this a lot in campus, and the idea was for you guys to be able to connect this picture, which is the golden circle, plus the picture of the brain. Do you remember the brain that you can, it was like a head opening, and you could see the parts of the brain, and the two propositions that you guys have been discussing. Well, basically, if you read what Simon Sinek was saying, the part of our brain that makes decisions is the one that is connected to feelings, not the one that is connected to language. And if you see the golden circle that Beto is showing us now, why is the question that is completely linked to feelings, therefore to the part of your brain that makes the decision. So you may give a person a list of facts and numbers and figures, and you won't be talking to the decision-making part of the brain, let's say. You'll be talking just to the part that understands language. And it's very common, and it happens to me a lot, that it's like, you know what, I understand what you're saying, and all those numbers are very beautiful, but there's something missing. It's like, thank you, maybe some other time. But when someone comes and talks about feelings and shows me why they do what they do, like Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs says, okay, you know what, we have this amazing product and we feel that we can change technology, and if we change technology, we can change the world in a way, and you can be a part of that. That is what talks to the decision part. That's why feelings are so related to making decisions. And this is what Vero and I were trying to let you know. That's why we have been talking so much about feelings today.
Okay, look how many claps you have. It's all full of claps now. Wonderful. A very, very clear and sensible explanation, right? So remember that. The brain, right? That is the decision-making part of the brain. Now, this is not just because we say this, right? This is research that we've done before, right? And but there is some personal information that I might wish to share with you at this point, right? That I don't know you, but at least me, when someone is telling you, is trying to sell you something and is showing a feeling, but this feeling is kind of fake because you feel, you know in some way that this is not true, right? You don't like the person, right? So my advice would be, try to be yourself, always be yourself and say what you believe, right? Because if you're trying to sell something and you say, oh yes, I believe in world peace, right? But then what you are selling is weapons, well, maybe there is something there that does not match, right? Okay, that's just my point of view on this, right? Oh, let's move on to next one. So we were talking a little bit about these two propositions, right? Again, and the difference between both of them. Right, there was some kind of focus on the how, yes, and people were asking about how. Can someone give us an example? Let's try to think of a different example maybe, right, of a proposition which includes only what and how, and another one which includes what. Anyone? Any volunteer who would like to talk to us today? Benjamin, Esteban, Norberto, Camilo, Alicia.
The activity, yeah, the sound gets cut.
It gets cut. Oh, sorry for that. Yes, of course. Of course. A volunteer. I need a volunteer to talk. Yes, that's right. A volunteer to talk and to give a what example of a proposition. Yes? A what example of a proposition. Well, this is... And then a what... Oh, sorry, my typo. A what and a how. And finally, a what, how, and why. Just to check the difference. You can invent right now, right? You need to hand up your hands. Raise your hands, please. One at a time. Raise your hands, please. Anyone? No hands up, really, people? One at a time, we cannot talk. See? I will open the microphone for everybody. Okay? So if you feel like talking, right? You can do so. We have Esteban here. Okay. Okay. One at a time. Right. Roberto, you have a microphone if you want. And Benjamin, you have your microphone on. Esteban, we're waiting for yours. And Alicia too. Okay. So maybe if you want to share your ideas. Oh, Carlos, you're there with your hand up. Sorry. There was somebody, at least. Okay, I'm giving microphones to everybody now. Okay, just a second, Carlos. It's loading, right? Okay, that's wonderful. Right, so let's try to think of simple, very simple things, right? When you say, I want to sell you a car, right? This is just the what. How would you, Flor, how would you add a what and a how to that proposition?
Okay, I want to sell you a car. That's the what. And how I'm going to sell you the car, I'm going to give you a payment plan with 12 installments.
I'm sorry, Flor, can you hear me right now? Because I think we've lost a little bit of connection. Could you repeat the last part,
Yeah,
please?
of course. Can you hear me better now?
Yes, sorry, because I was making quite a mess trying to give people microphones, and the system got a bit disrupted a little bit. But don't worry. Carlos, I read you. Yes, hi, I can only write. Of course, you can write. Yes? Okay, Flor, how would you add? I want to sell a car. How would you add the how?
Okay.
The what only is that? The
how
how?
would be, I'm going to provide you with a payment plan with installments and discounts.
Okay, I will write it down here. I sell you a car with installments. Okay, right. Carlos, would you like to add the why? Or any other person, maybe all of you can write. Yes? Carlos, you're raising your hand again, but you've told me you can only write. Yes, please write. Okay, that's fine. We can read you when you write. Okay? So, the what. I want to sell you a car. The what and the how. This is what usually people do for selling, right? I want to sell you a car. I will finance, right? I will give you some possibility of paying this car with some kind of installments, right? Okay. What about the why? This is missing. You can write. If you don't want to talk, you can write. Any ideas? so far? No? What about if I say we produce, let's see, cars which, I'm just making it up right now, right? Cars which do not pollute the environment. We believe, I know, Carlos, you don't have any audio, right? You can write your proposition, your why proposition over there, right? So, sorry, I was saying that you can say, we believe in clean environment and we produce cars which do not pollute our environment. This is the place where we live and this is the place where we want to drive. I'm making it up right now. I know it's not good. Okay? Okay. Would that be useful? So something like why? But it has to be real. The microphone again. I will give it to you. There you have it, Benjamin.
Yes, I think you never told Carlos he can type in the chat. He doesn't have audio, so he couldn't hear that you allowed him to chat.
Yes, I want him to chat.
Yes,
everybody can chat. Sorry?
No, never mind. I was going to give another example about the wife.
Okay. Right. Maybe what he was saying was that he cannot hear me. Oh, that would be...
Audio.
Ah, I understand. I thought that he had no microphone. That's really weird. There's no possibility for me to give him audio or not. The only things I can control here is the camera and the microphone. Right, so I cannot give anyone audio if he does not... Sorry, I have no audio, only chat. Oh, my dear. Sorry about that, Carlos. There's nothing here we can do. On here. Leave and then maybe he leaves. Enter again. We are trying to help you, Carlos, but I don't know how to do it. Really, because... Oh, yes, he has gone. Okay, maybe he comes in again. Sometimes these things happen, right? You have to update the page, right? You leave and you come back, right? And it works. Okay, Benjamin, you were telling us your why, right? We were just inventing an example. So you're saying the what is, I want to sell you a car. The how, I will give you finance. I want to sell you a car. I will give you some finance. You can pay it with installments. What would be the why, the most important thing of the proposition that will tell people how to go? Yes, will invite people to really go and buy it. What would you say?
If you develop a car that has more security that no one ever built.
Sorry, could you say that again?
You build a car that has more security.
More security! Wonderful! Right, security. Let's write it down here for everybody to read it at least. Oh wait, my typos, my dear. Okay, so wonderful, wonderful. How would you complete the whole sentence? We sell your car, you can pay with installments. How would you adapt this idea of security? Maybe you can say it at the very beginning. Start with the why, maybe.
Why? Because this car is impossible to be stolen. It's got more safety, technologies, and it's
okay.
Environmentally friendly.
And is this question great? And is this question of security important, for example, for a father who is driving his children to school every morning?
Yes, of course.
Okay, so maybe you can use that for your ad. If you want to
Yes,
make an
that's
ad,
right.
an advertisement, right?
Perfect.
Yes.
Oh, there, yeah. That's wonderful. Thank you very much for sharing. That is wonderful. Okay. Now, people, well, first let's come here to what is our homework. Why? Because we will have some homework for next time. Oh, sorry, I went to the previous one. It was homework, it was another page. There we are. Here we can read the homework, right? It says, watch the videos, please, please, and please watch the videos. We are begging, begging. Look at the teachers. We are begging, right? Okay. Watch the videos if you haven't done so. Start thinking and writing your presentation, mail, proposition, point, USP, whatever motivates you to write about, right? If you have your own company and you want to write about your products, or if you work for a multinational company and you would like to improve your department, right, how your department works, it's not just, when we talk about selling, it's not just selling a product, right? You're selling an idea. What is your idea? You have to deliver a presentation in front of a board of directors, and you have to convince them that even though rates have gone down so deeply and sadly during the last quarter, you have to convince them that you are going to do much better during the next quarter, right? So maybe you can help these people, right? Understand the idea, right? To say, well, okay, what is going on? What is it that you want to say? Try to think about the why first. Why do you want to say that? Right? So you say why, and then you will move on to what you want to say and how. How are you thinking about that? And for example, what are the characteristics of the product you want to say, right? So why does Steve Jobs sell the product? How does he do it? Okay, first he says that Apple cares about technology. Apple cares about innovation. I'm not saying that, yes, that's what he said, okay? Even though I might love Steve Jobs and Apple or whatever, that was his words, okay? So you start thinking about the why first, right? You say, so I do this because of something. There is a reason behind. Think about the reason. Then you say what you do, right? And then you will say, okay, wonderful, wonderful, yes. Sometimes we need to change browsers, right? Yes, that's wonderful, yes. It all depends on different locations, different computers, Carlos. I'm sorry you couldn't listen to us before, right? But anyway, don't worry, because as I've said at the very beginning of this session, this is going to be recorded, right? So you will be able to watch it all, right? I'm not saying immediately after the class, give me a few minutes, but surely tomorrow, right? Right, so you will have to write your presentation, mail, proposition, unique selling point, and share it with other people on the campus. Week 2 starts on Saturday. You have to participate in the new forums, right? Because week 2 will bring new forums. So you will have forums for week 1, and then you will have forums for week 2, right? So those who have not yet participated in week 1, remember, you are supposed to, right? At least say who you are. Say hello to other participants and who you are, right? And I think I'm going to organize, if Flora agrees, maybe we can discuss it later on, we can organize one forum for each participant, right? For the proposition, for what they write. Maybe it will be easier to find what each of them has written, right? Okay. Well, I think someone else raised a hand. Yes, right? Sometimes I don't see the hand. I'm talking and I don't see the hands, right? Benjamin, you raised your hand. Do you want to say something to us? You have the mic. Oh, sorry.
No,
okay, so sorry again.
Never mind.
All right, that's wonderful. Okay, people, I think we have had a very wonderful session and really proud of all of you. I hope to go on seeing this active participation on the campus. It's really amazing, surprising, and we teachers are very happy to see that, yes, because we have a purpose for what we do. And we know that having this participation means that it means something to you too. right? So thank you very much. We are very, very happy. It's all yours.
Okay, well, thanks again everyone for participating, and not only today in class, but also on the forums, and keep it up because, I don't know, I'm just so happy about this, and I'm so happy that you guys are participating and getting involved, and I think it's amazing. Just keep it up. Keep it really, really up.
Okay. Wonderful. Okay. Okay, people, goodbye. Remember, those who were not able to listen to us perfectly well will have the opportunity, right, to see the video recorded later on, right? I will upload it to the campus, and you will have the possibility to go and see us again there. And we are going to meet again next week at exactly 1 p.m. Buenos Aires time. Thank you very much for everything, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.